Hello ENC 90 students, this is Professor Bloomingberg, and the purpose of this video is to introduce you to the culture essay assignment sheet and also to walk you through some expectations that I have for you in terms of the pre-writing assignment. I'll walk you through the specifics on that. Just to start in this video, your participation might actually be useful here. For your understanding. I'm in our Write Stuff book on page 104. We'll look there in just a couple minutes to look at some pre-writing strategies and how you can work your way through them. To start with though, if you're on Blackboard, you might pull up a side screen and look at your assignment sheet. We'll go through that together just so you understand what the assignment's asking you to do. It says this assignment focuses on informative writing. Your job is to inform an uninformed audience about a culture in which you belong. In your essay, you will define unfamiliar terms or concepts, describe your traditions and customs, and if pertinent, explain any processes or steps involved in a ritual or ceremony. So general definition of culture is given to you in the assignment sheet. Culture is generally defined as the traditions, art, religious beliefs, customs, and language of a particular group. You can look at that from a variety of ways. Ethnic background is one way. Maybe your family is Irish American, Mexican American, or African American. Or maybe you were born in another country and are attending college here in the U.S. If you choose not to consider your ethnic background, think about where you live. Appalachia especially, and for those of you in the eastern part of Kentucky, the culture is very rich. Consider this. People that grow up in areas such as these have their own language and terminology. For example, we'll try to explain what a holler is to someone in New York City. And they have their own language as well, so there are things that in language and terms that they use that we might not be familiar with. The term culture is also applied to groups and organizations. In this case, sometimes people use the term subculture. And I've listed just some examples of subculture. Organizations such as if you've ever been a cheerleader or a chemistry major, or if you enjoy the Magic card game, gamers, also known as video game players, Star Trek fans, often referred to as Trekkies, athletes, computer technicians. These are just examples that I put on the sheet to show what subcultures are. When people belong to a close-knit group, be it a profession, a club, or a sports team, they have their own language or way of speaking, their own traditions, and their own processes. So in at least 5 paragraphs or 2 pages, that's the requirement for the essay, write an essay explaining the traditions, beliefs, customs of your own particular culture. You should have an introductory paragraph, 3 body paragraphs, and a concluding paragraph. Due dates to be aware of. The first thing, and I want to make this perfectly clear, the pre-writing assignment is not the essay. They are separate assignments. But at the bottom of your assignment sheet, you'll see that the culture essay pre-writing assignment is due Sunday, February 15th, no later than 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to walk you through what I'm looking for on that assignment in just a moment. Now, the rough draft of the actual culture essay, that's what this assignment sheet relates to, that's due Sunday, February 22nd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please make note that they are 2 separate assignments. And so I want to start with the first one. And by the way, if you have any questions about what this assignment's asking you to do, feel free to email me. I'm more than happy to help you. And the describe a color activity on the discussion board, believe it or not, that's really going to get you focused on this type of writing where it is having you give information and describe. Description is what we're looking for. I'm going to pull up a Microsoft Word document, a blank one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the camera just a little bit, so bear with me. as I do some adjustments. Be just a little shaky here. And so what I'm going to do, if you have your book out, you can follow along with me. I'm on 104, 105. I'm going to try to be quick here. I'm going to make the font quite a bit bigger so you guys are able to see this and not have to strain your eyes too much. Well, what I'm going to do is talk to you about pre-writing. And so I'm going to put the term here, pre-writing. It's just a way to get ideas for your paper. In this case, the culture essay. So the first pre-writing strategy, I'm going to go over 3 with you and kind of show you how they work. Feel free to choose one of the 3 that we cover in this video for your pre-writing assignment this week. The first pre-writing strategy that's listed is on 105. It's free writing. Now remember, we're not writing the actual essay. We're just getting ideas for the paper, so you want to keep that in mind. So strategy number 1 is free writing. How does free writing work? Well, if you follow along on 105, it says when you free write, you just put pen to paper and let the ideas flow without worrying about spelling, grammar, or dumb ideas. It's almost like journaling. You write in sentence form. Anything that comes to mind about your topic. So what you would do, I'll see if I can do this here. We'll pull up a new blank document. I'll come back to my previous document in just a moment. Okay, again, I'll make the font bigger. If you were free writing, what you would do on your assignment is just put culture. Well, let me backtrack. You might just put my culture. And then what you would do, and this is very important for the assignment, you would set a timer, something like your cell phone would work just fine, something that will beep and let you know when your time is up. Set it for 10 minutes. I'll write that on the other page in a moment, but 10 minutes is your requirement for the assignment. So you can just put something like my culture or something generic at the top of your paper. And then the key is set your timer, and as soon as you hit go on your timer and it starts counting your time, the key is to keep your fingers moving across the keyboard and type any and everything that comes to mind about your culture. You're just trying to get ideas. If you run out of things to say, type that out. I've run out of things to say. What am I trying to say? The theory is that you will get yourself reorganized if you just follow the natural course of your thinking in your mind. So you just write in sentence form, almost like a journal. Type it out, any and everything that comes to mind. There are no such things as bad ideas. Let it out of your mind. Don't worry about your spelling, grammar, or punctuation. You'll never hear me say this again, by the way. But you don't have to worry about it because, again, you're just getting ideas. That is free writing. So I'm going to go back. I'll actually minimize that. And I'm going to make a little note up here. 10 minutes for the pre-write. That's any strategy you use. 1 page long. That's what I'm looking for the activity. So that's free writing, and I think it's a good strategy. If you've never used it, you might try it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this information off. So if you need it, you can pause the video, but I'm going to go ahead and delete it. And what I'm going to do is go on and list the second strategy that you can use, which is on page 106. That's brainstorming. Book says brainstorming is a free-flowing, free association list of words or ideas that you write to get the ideas flowing. You, again, don't worry about spelling, grammar, or punctuation. But here's what you do. Go back to our previous thing. You can leave the topic the same, my culture, just something generic. But what you would do is just list the ideas as they come to mind. And you can do it in bullet form if you want. Whoops, sorry about that, dropped the video. There we go. My apologies. But just put it in bullet form, whatever you're listing. Just, bullet it up at the top and list your ideas and go on down from there. Okay? And look at the example on the bottom of 106 in your book. Unwanted pets, pets for profit, unspayed, unneutered pets, so on and so forth. That's just an idea about what to do in the topic like pet adoption or unwanted pets. Okay? And again, 10 minutes. So if you decide to go with brainstorming, you just want to make sure that you spend 10 minutes on that particular pre-writing technique. And that is brainstorming. Okay. Number 3, and the final one, is on 107. It is clustering. The book says it's another way to represent your ideas visually. By the way, clustering is sometimes called webbing. You might want to note that. If you hear the term webbing, it's the same as clustering and vice versa. But with clustering, you start with circles and you put your topic in the center circle, and you just branch out from the center circle into ideas as they occur to you. You might be able to see that these pre-writing techniques are not radically different from each other. They're all interconnected. It just gives you different ways to get to the bottom line of the ideas that you're trying to create. Now, here's what I recommend, because you might say to yourself, if you're looking on 107, how do I do a cluster? How does that work? I would recommend, and I'm just going to pull this up, I would recommend that you use Microsoft PowerPoint. I'm going to pull up a blank PowerPoint slide. I'm going to make it big, pan out just a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of walk you through, and I need to adjust camera again because you guys are probably not able to see the options at the top. So let me bolster you guys up just a little bit, maybe just a little bit more, so you guys have a better view. I don't know how familiar you are with PowerPoint, but what I would recommend you do is, first of all, click New Slide and click a blank one. And then I would just delete that one. Let me try that again. Blank. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And so from there, over here on the side of the home page, you'll see an option for a bubble. You just want to click that option and that will create a bubble for you. And now I need to move the camera down. A lot of camera movement in this video. I apologize. I lost you once. I'm going to try not to do that again. Okay, now I think now you can see it a little bit better. I'll stabilize that camera. And so you can move it around any way you want. And in the bubble, you're just going to type culture or something like that. And you can make it as big as you need to get the words to all fit on there. And then up at the top where you had your circle, there is a line. If you see it, if you put your cursor on it, it'll just say line. You just click it, and then from there you just attach. And all you got to do is just move it over so it's fully connected. And it might be hard to see on the video, but I've created a line. And then I'm going to bring another circle over, and I'm going to connect it right into the line. Just like that. And then you're just going to branch off like that. And that's all that you need to do in terms of creating a cluster. It's really easy to do. And it's pretty cool. It's a really cool visualization. But again, 10 minutes if you decide to go that route. You want to spend at least 10 minutes on that pre-writing strategy. On any of the strategies you choose. You can choose one of the 3. Doesn't matter to me which you choose, but you want to spend 10 minutes on it. Don't forget to, this is something really important, don't forget to put your class information at the top left-hand side. Some of you are still forgetting to do that. You need your name, you need your class info, and you need the date, and that's the date in which the assignment's due. Some of you are forgetting to do that, so you do need to put that in there. to follow the format. There's a format video in the Start Here Help Resources folder on Blackboard if you need to review that. This video is getting a bit long-winded, so I'm going to stop right here, and I appreciate your patience and diligence in working through this, and especially the camera adjustments. I again apologize for that. If you have any questions as you're working, feel free to email me. But again, 10 minutes, only one of those strategies, and apply it towards your own culture to get some ideas together for the actual paper. So note that they're two separate assignments. Good luck to you, and look forward to seeing these strategies. Bye-bye.